Alright, now this video will not necessarily be a tutorial per se, but it will be mostly me adding on to this level that we have been slowly creating and just kind of talking about what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So first things first, I remember placing this object here before as an example, and I'm going to attach it to this road right here. I'm going to do it with the hotkey enter. And oh, just real quick, if you're ever using that hotkey, the way you do it is select the object that you want to move and then select it to what you want to attach to, like multi-select it to the one that you want to attach to. And it's important in which order you do it, because if I did it the other way around, it would attach it that way, and if I didn't want that, then I want to do it the other way around. So let me just do that, put that back. And we're going to start slapping some roads down. There's a lot of stuff in a library that can be used. Gotta wait for it to load. There's a lot of stuff in a library that can be used, and I'm gonna be mainly focusing on the roads that are all of the Empire roads that are found here, with the different degrees of turns that they have. So I'm gonna place that down, and actually we can kind of symmetry it as well. And also, I'm also going to use another hotkey to flip the track. This will keep it symmetrical in a way. Let's bring this. Let's bring this slowly towards the center. And yep, I'm gonna put that there. Put that there. Straight road. Yeah, I'm not gonna break the symmetry. We gotta keep the symmetry. This is not broken symmetry. All right, bring that towards the center, and I'm gonna put another split somewhere. Where's a good split? Yeah, let's use that one. I didn't want to connect it though, because what I actually want to do is I'm going to go to properties, copy that transform, and I'm going to put them in the same exact spot, but I'm going to take the rotation and put it to 0 so it flips around, and we're just going to drag it over here. I'm doing this just so it's completely centered with what's over there, and something's wrong. I just noticed something's wrong. Did I use different turns? I might have used different turns, so I messed up the symmetry. Don't want to do that, unless you do want to do that, but I don't want to do that. Tell you, which turn did I use? Ah, crap. Yeah, it was that one. Yeah, there we go. We got it fixed. It's okay. Alright, and I'm going to use this pink arrow here to drag out another track from this node. And also, if you like dragging the track out and it kind of extends in a way that you don't want, you can always Control Z, and it would just go back to the point to when it was first extracted. So you still have the track node here. It just technically didn't move at all. And I'm going to attach it to this road here and do the same on this side, which should give this some perfect symmetry. Now when you have roads like this, it's very easy for the players to just script fly over it, which is completely okay. It's good to encourage several different routes in a level, because it's kind of what makes this game so replayable. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp there, my bad. But I'm also going to add a road in the center for those to just go for it. And it's just gonna require a little bit of a jump. And I'm going to extend the road forward with the node, and you're going to have to jump back onto the track from here. Also, another thing to note with your roads, this is extremely important. This is heavily important. If you're going to listen to one thing in this tutorial-ish video, listen to this part. Please cap your roads. If you don't cap your road's going to act a little strangely, and you'll also be able to see through them, which is not good. That looks bad, but it also breaks your collision because there's going to be no collision on this part of the road, so people can just move through it, and that's not good. So there's two reasons to cap your roads. You don't want your road to look bad, and you also don't want weird collision. So there's many different caps that you can use on these roads. I can use this one, I can use this one, I can use this one. I'm going to opt for this one right now. Actually, no, I'm not. Well, I'm going to select a node again so it snaps to it. And yes, if you're just pasting objects from the library, and as long as you have a node selected and you're pasting a spline, it will just automatically connect to whatever track or node that is connected to it. And let's give that a quick playtest. Just gonna give that a real quick playtest. So I don't have any cooldowns placed right now, so I'm forced to do stuff like barrel rolls. But that's something that I can put in later. So it looks like this shortcut works just fine, and I assume that this road also works just fine. I'm just going to assume that because it's a very basic road. Alright. And you know, let's stop this road from being flat. I don't want the road to be flat anymore. We're going to start going up. We're going to head straight up. And I'm going to rotate it like 90. There we go. We're going up. Alright, and I'm also going to add what is called a transfer right here. So transfers is just when you, well, transfer from one road to the other. It's whenever you have those jumps that you might have seen in the campaign. So what's a good way to make those? There's a lot of ways you can make those, but the way I do it, usually the way I do it, is that I extend a little piece of the road that's going to go straight for a little while. This makes some flat ground and makes it easy for the car to jump from. It's a little awkward to jump from a road that is currently curving, so it's good to have like a little bit of a straight right before a transfer. And it also makes it a lot easier to create the transfer because I can just duplicate this road, and then I could easily rotate it around. I'm just gonna type in 180 here, and now, can I select that? Let me select it, there you go. And now I can line it up perfectly with this in a way where you can do the transfer. And again, make sure splines are capped. So I'm going to make sure I do that. And we're going to keep moving this road upward just to make sure it fits. And this would be a transfer that works completely fine. With nothing weird. It should just work. Whoops. Let me actually multi-select so I can just move them both at the same time, and easy. Easy. Alright, I'm gonna see how that plays, but instead of starting all the way from the start, I can move the level editor car spawner over here. Which, where is that? There it is. I'm gonna move it right over there. I'm gonna use the hotkey, Shift S, just to move it to wherever the cursor is. That's what that hotkey does. And yeah, Games Test in the chat just pointed out that when I use an end cap like this, I really won't need to straighten out the road. But I'm doing that as an example in case you use a cap that doesn't extend outward like these two do. But yeah, this is a good way to make a transfer that is nice and clean. Alright. So the next thing that I'm going to do real fast, or not real fast, but next thing that I'm going to do is not hide, but freeze the background layer so I can stop looking at it. And also, I'm going to place some buildings down. This is a good way to do some simple decoration to also make your level look a little bit better. So I'm going to do that very quickly. You can find a lot of buildings in, well, the buildings folder in the library. We're gonna... Oh, what's some good buildings to use? These cover a lot of space. A lot of space. I can put these right next to it. Decoration is really important for several things. One, it makes your level looks good, but two, it also allows the player to have a sense of speed and where they're going. Because as long as they're having like something to look at, they can tell how fast they're moving, and that's good. You probably would want that. Alright, that's just some simple buildings I'm putting down. We're going to put some different buildings right over here. I don't want to use that one. Let's use this one, yeah. Also, small interesting thing that you can do with the buildings. Sometimes you don't want to use the same buildings all the time. You want to do something a little bit different. Well, sometimes buildings look completely fine if you flip them completely upside down. And oops, I did not rotate that very well. There we go. If you flip them upside down, sometimes they still look okay. Which is a cool little thing that you could try if you feel like it. And also, of course, buildings have the ability to have their colors changed. All of them do. They all have different options. Always check the properties if you want to mess with stuff, but for now, I'm not really going to do that. I have some more buildings around here. Have this other group, slap it over here. And then, what's a relatively tall building? A tall boy. I want a tall boy. You're a tall boy. Yeah! Well, that's a tall lad right there. We're gonna put this right there. I know you're not really gonna see it, but it's there. Alright, and this should add a lot of just neat little stuff to the level, just to look at. Yeah. Also keep in mind, everything in the level has collision, for the most part. Unless you tell it otherwise, but buildings, you cannot tell it to have no collision. Unless they're in the background. Then they won't have any collision because they're in the background. Alright, and that just really about covers it. This is just the tutorial, not really the tutorial, but just showing like how quickly you can kind of get stuff done, while also some pointers on things you can do. Just a real quick little video with me in the editor. Next video will probably be focused on an actual topic, so stay tuned for that, and see you later.